Hello. Please.
What is up, all moviegoers? TCT here again, and it has been an extremely long time since I've done a film review, and I'm sorry about that. I've been extremely busy lately, but today I am back at the Alamo Drafthouse, and I am finally going to see It Chapter 2. Now, I've heard many good things about this movie, and I've heard many bad things about this movie, like it's too long. I don't care that it's too long. I want Bill Skarsgård to put on an incredible performance like he did in the first one. I love Tim Curry in the original. That's basically the only good thing I like about the original, even though because it's really long. And the original scared me when I was a kid a little bit. You know, Tim Curry did. Tim Curry scared me. Everything else was kind of mediocre, but then again, it was a television series turned into a movie, so that was pretty good. I've read the book. I own the book. I've read the book many times. The book is extremely scary, and it's extremely terrifying, okay? So what I want from this is, I don't care that it sticks to the book, but I want it to wrap up as well as the book did. The book did an incredible job wrapping up these people, these characters. I want Bill Skarsgård to continue his incredible performance. I think he's one of the best actors in Hollywood right now. He definitely puts on an incredible role as Pennywise the Dancing Clown. Pennywise has always been one of my favorite characters, like horror characters in general. And I am extremely excited to see this. I'm going to see it with my friend Travis Dean. You might see him at the end of this video if he decides he wants to do it. If not, I'm definitely going to give you a review. So let's go inside and check out It Chapter 2. I am extremely ready for this. And what is up, guys? We are back. We just got out of It Chapter 2 at the Alamo Drafthouse. And what'd you think of it?
I liked it. I enjoyed it.
I really enjoyed it too. It was extremely long.
Yeah.
It was way too long, but I stayed engaged throughout the entire thing. I think Bill Skarsgård did a great job. I love Bill Hader. He was the one that played Richie.
Oh, yep.
I think he was the best out of all of them.
Yeah, when I saw him, and I've seen him in a couple of things, and I thought it was
Well,
good when I saw
most people
him.
don't know he's the voice of Alpha in the new Power Rangers movie.
Is it?
Yeah, you seen the new Power Rangers movie?
I haven't seen it.
He's the voice of Alpha 5. Him and Bryan Cranston are Alpha and Zordon.
Okay.
So I know him from that, and I think was he on The Office?
Yeah,
I think he was
so,
on The Office, yeah. But he is extremely funny in this. But this movie did a great job with whatever they did with the book. It followed the book tremendously. There was a lot of stuff from Tim Curry's movie in the beginning. You know, it opened the same way. It followed the characters the same way. It basically starts like his movie does. I'm not trying to give too much away for those who haven't seen it, but this movie ends up at the very end down in the sewers like you expect it to. The Pennywise is a lot stronger in this movie than he is in any of the other movies. You know, he transforms into everything he can think of in order to scare these guys and keep the fear. And man, I love Bill Skarsgård was great.
Yeah.
Especially the way he was luring kids to him so that he could get them. You know, and that really that drove the premise to the reason why when these guys come back, like they can't remember anything that happened because of some kind of mystical energy, right?
Yeah.
And the mystical energy, when they came back, they started feeling like very terrified, and they really performed it well. James McAvoy was the guy that played Bill. He did excellent. I think all the cast was excellently cast, you know, to play these kids. They did a pretty good job.
Yeah, as far as the appearance of them, from the kids to, you know, being grown up, I thought they did a really spot-on job.
I mean, I love this movie. This was a good movie, man. Especially the part where Bill was trying to save that one little boy.
Yeah.
You know, and he went off to fight it alone, which wasn't a very good idea. But overall, I really enjoyed this. I think it was better than the first one, to be honest with you. The one with the kids has a special type of charm because it's introducing the character to those who hadn't seen it before. But it brings those kids back. Those kids are in this movie. It brings so much back to the table for them to do, and I give it a plus rating. I thought it was great, man. I still think Stephen King's It's one of the greatest books ever written. You know, I've read it a bunch of times. I love it. Like it follows the book really well. Of course, there's some things in the book that they didn't show, but it would have been over a 3-hour movie, and that's kind of ridiculous nowadays. Like if you watch them together, that's almost 5 hours right there, and the book is like this thick. Like it's thick when you read it, and it has so much information in it, a lot of scary moments in it. Like the book is way better than the movies, but this is probably the greatest Stephen King adaptation of any of his books that they've done, is the first 2 parts of this. I didn't like Pet Sematary when I saw it. I thought it was bad. Every other thing, I'm excited for Dr. Sleep coming out. The kind of like rebootish or sequel to The Shining. I do want to see that. I love The Shining. The Shining was good. I know Stephen King didn't like The Shining, which is why he kind of wrote this one in order to put that one to shame. So we'll see how it goes. But what did you think? Like, what grade would you give it?
I give it a solid A.
You give it a solid A?
Yeah.
I give it an A+. Like, it wasn't scary for me because I'd already know what was going on. But I seen the people next to us were jumping like crazy.
Yeah.
You know, so I know it was scaring the crap out of people. It was pretty good. So solid A, It Chapter 2. See you guys later.